things, he has 4 months and exactly 24 days to live. As at the last quarter of last year, the debt profile of the country was 44.06 trillion. Now we have an additional ways and means. Ways and means to an ordinary person is government borrowing from CBN, asking CBN to print additional funds for its operations. I recall that early part of last year, the governor of Edo State told us that government was using ways and means to settle its debts, but they denied it. But today, it has come to fore that government borrowed about 22.3 trillion or thereabouts. Ways and means with an 18.5% interest. And from the look of things, from the year's budget they are presented, they are going to borrow an additional 8 trillion. So if you sum all this together, you discover that by the end of his administration in May 2023, a total of 77 trillion is going to be the debt burden of this country. Now, the problem of the economy is not debt to GDP, it is debt to revenue. Now, from the look of things, CBN has not been remitting money. NNPC has not been remitting money to CBN. And the question is, are we not oil producing country? This is the only time that a war is fought outside and Nigeria is not raking in funds. Look at Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has oil like us, though they have more oil than us. But their inflation rate is about 2 point something or 3%. Now, why is it that Nigeria is the only country in the world that is raking so much money from oil, and yet, from crude oil, and yet, we are not seeing them. We are still borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. And they are telling us that they are subsidizing fuel. My brother, I need to ask some questions. This was a government that told us in 2014, 2015 that subsidy is a scam. And today, this same scam is they have paid the highest subsidy that anybody can think of. And yet, most of the money we are borrowing now is to pay for whatever. The unfortunate thing is that nobody knows where that money is going into. Now, so much money has been paid for the refurbishment of our refineries, and yet the refineries are not producing. And the unfortunate thing is that people are receiving huge salaries. The NNPC workers are receiving huge salaries for doing practically nothing. What kind of country are we running? I'm afraid the incoming government, the unfortunate thing is that even the leading presidential aspirants are not even telling us what they are going to do with the debt burden, because it's a heavy burden on this economy. So they are busy campaigning. Like one of my friends will say, he said they campaign in poetry and run the government in prose. You see, politicians are people who don't believe themselves and who get bewildered when others believe them. I'm afraid we are in for a serious trouble. We need somebody that has a very good background in economics to come in and who has a straight character, not the kind of characters we are parading now. We need somebody with a strong character to man this economy. You see, the problem of this economy has been getting somebody who understands the onions and who can take decisions and stand by them, not somebody that can be pushed around. We've had presidents that cannot take decisions on their own and stand by their decisions. And these are some of the issues we're having in this economy. Today, they are making efforts to remove the CBN governor. For what reason? Nobody can say. The politicians who are money bags are finding it difficult to raise money to buy votes. And that is the major reason behind these trump-up charges against Emefiele. I'm not standing in for Emefiele, but the issue is, some of us are not lawyers, but we know too well that the DSS has no business in going to court to pick up somebody. The Constitution gives them that right to pick up anybody that they feel has committed an offense, and then take that person to court within 24 or 48 hours. But what are we seeing now? They first of all went to court to give them an order to arrest and detain him for 60 days, with another option of detaining him for another 60 days. That's 120 days, which will elapse by the time this administration has gone. So you can see the game plan. They didn't stop there. When they saw that that one did not fly, because the judges now are standing up to the occasion. When they saw that that did not fly, what else did they do? They now pounced on the Inec Chairman. This time around, they want the Inec Chairman to be moved. And the same thing is playing out. They brought up trump-up charges that he did not do his asset declaration. How many years ago? This was a guy that was appointed in 2015. So from 2015 till now, he conducted a 2019 election. Why didn't they go after him then? Now, because of the Bivas again, they don't want the Bivas to be used because they have planned how to rig this election. And Muhammad is insisting that he's going to use the Bivas machine to conduct this election. And because they don't want that Bivas, that's why they want to pull him out. But I thank God that they have failed in all fronts. And as they have continued to fail, they will continue to fail until February 2025, when that election will come. And they will fail abysmally. It's a promise. Because all their game plans, the people are ahead of them. The youth are ahead of them. And with the help of social media, before now, it would have been NTA or Radio Nigeria. And then, without them, you won't get any information. But the social media, the smartphone you have in your hand has made things easier. And that is why they are finding it difficult now to do their bidding. That is, rig the election. And I tell you, if we get it wrong in 2023, we might as well forget that there's a country called Nigeria. And that's a fact. But I just pray with the moves that people are making that we're going to get it right in 2023. Then the president will begin to look at the way to tackle this economy. It is a very big challenge. Honestly, it's a very big challenge. But I just pray that if the man can come in and plug all the holes, because look at the NNPC, raking so much and not remitting anything, and nobody is saying anything. It is business as usual. I don't understand. So we need somebody that can stamp his feet and say enough is enough.